Hi everyone, welcome to Competitive Pharma. First question, temperature and time required in dry heat sterilization. Option A, 170 degrees Celsius for 60 minutes. Option B, 160 degrees Celsius for 120 minutes. Option C, 150 degrees Celsius for 150 minutes. Option D, all the above. For dry heat sterilization, we use all these temperatures. So the correct answer is option B, all the above. Second question, drug of choice for methicillin resistant Staphylococcus aureus. Drug of choice for methicillin resistant Staphylococcus aureus. Option A, vancomycin. Option B, amoxicillin. Option C, cefuroxime. And option D, piperacillin. So the correct answer is option A, vancomycin. Vancomycin is the drug of choice for treating MRSA, that means methicillin resistant Staphylococcus aureus infection caused by multi drug resistant strain. So, in addition to vancomycin, patient do not have any life-threatening infections. Clindamycin, clotrimazole, fluoroquinolones, or minocycline can be used. So the most appropriate choice for this is vancomycin. Vancomycin is the first drug of choice for treating most MRSA. Third question, benorelate is a co-drug. It is an esterified product of option A, aspirin and paracetamol. Option B, amphetamine and theophylline. Option C, ampicillin and sulbactam. Option D, sulfapyridine and 5-amino salicylic acid. So the first of all, we have to know what is co-drug. Co-drug or mutual drug consists of two synergistic drugs chemically linked together to form a single molecule in order to improve the drug delivery property of one or both drugs. So benorelate here. Here the question is asking about benorelate. Benorelate is an esterified product of paracetamol and acetyl salicylic acid. Acetyl salicylic acid, all you know, is aspirin. So the benorelate is an esterified product of aspirin and paracetamol. Next is phenethylline. Phenethylline is a combination of amphetamine and theophylline. Next is sulfasalazine. Sulfasalazine is a combination of sulfapyridine and 5-amino salicylic acid. It is coupled with an azo linkage. Then sultamicillin, which is an esterified compound of ampicillin and sulbactam. So moving to the next question. So the answer, the choice is which of the following is or are a prodrug? Option A, protonsil. Option B, enalapril. Option C, prednisolone. Option D, both A and B. Correct answer is both A and B. Protonsil and enalapril is a prodrug. So, protonsil is a prodrug. Its active metabolite is sulfanilamide. Enalapril is a prodrug and its active metabolite is enalaprillate. So the option C is prednisolone. Prednisolone is actually an active drug and its prodrug is prednisone. Other examples for prodrugs are levodopa, which is converted to active drug dopamine, talampicillin, which is converted to active drug ampicillin, dixazepam, which is converted to active drug oxazepam, azathioprine, converted to mercaptopurine, butyvaprine, converted to adrenaline, cortisone to hydrocortisone, and cyclophosphamide to phosphoramide mustard. So these are all about prodrugs. Next 5. Long-term use of cimetidine may cause. Long-term use of cimetidine may cause. Option A, sexual dysfunction. Option B, renal failure. Option C, rebound acidity. Option D, parietal cell blockade. So the correct answer is cimetidine. Is a H2 receptor antagonist. Common side effect includes enlarged breast in men and impotence. So the obviously answer will option A. Sexual dysfunction is the long-term use of cimetidine may cause sexual dysfunction. Next question. P wave of ECG is the result of P wave of BCG is the result of A. Atrial depolarization. Option B. Atrial depolarization. Option C. Ventricular depolarization. And option D. Ventricular repolarization. So P wave. Here is the P wave. You can able to see in the graph P wave. P wave is a fast positive diffraction on ECG, and it represents the atrial depolarization. Atrial depolarization denotes the P wave, and P wave is a positive deflection after the QRS complex. After the QRS complex, there is a positive deflection which is known as P wave. It is ventricular repolarization. Ventricular repolarization. QRS complex is ventricular depolarization. QRS complex is the ventricular depolarization. So here the question is P wave. P wave is atrial depolarization. The correct answer is option. Next question. Sugar is suitable for diabetic patient. Option A fructose. Option B lactose. Option C mannitol. Option D sucralose. Correct answer is option D sucralose. Sucralose, uh, available in the brand name Splenda, is an artificial sweetener made from sucrose. Sweetener is about 600 times more sweeter than table sugar, but contain very few calories. So the correct answer is sucralose. Sucralose is the sugar used for diabetic patients. Next question. Quinidine cannot be given with loperamide. The reason behind is quinidine cannot be given with loperamide. Quinidine, option A, blocks the opioid receptor and block loperamide action. Option B, loperamide block Na plus channel and reduce the action of quinidine. Option C, prolongation of QT interval and increase in central side effects of loperamide. Option D, all the above. The correct answer is option C. Prolongation of QT interval and increase in side effects of loperamide. Question number 9. The organism identified by Steele-Nielsen method. Option A, Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Option B, Proteus vulgaris. Option C, Klebsiella pneumonia. Option C, Neisseria meningitis. So the correct answer is, before going to the right answer, Steele-Nielsen method is used for acid-fast organisms such as mycobacteria. So identify the option having mycobacteria. So the correct answer is option A, Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Next question. Question number 10. Minodione vitamin K3 can produce kernicterus in neonates by option A, inducing hemolysis. Option B, inhibiting glucuronidation of bilirubin. Option C, displacing plasma protein bound bilirubin. Option D, both A and B. The correct answer is option B, both A and B. Inducing hemolysis and inhibiting glucuronidation of bilirubin. So minodione is vitamin K3. It is a man-made version of vitamin K converted to active form of K2 inside in vivo. Inside the animal body, it is converted to active form K2, and it is it causes kernicterus in neonates by inducing hemolysis and inhibiting glucuronidation of bilirubin. Okay, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe.